The 2017 Telstra Tasmanian Entrepreneur winner is Alison Flakemore.
I'd like to thank, firstly, Telstra for sponsoring such a generous award and recognising amazing achievements of women in business. Also CommBank and News Corp for their support in these honourable awards. I'd also like to congratulate all of the other finalists in my category, of which I met, who are all honourable business women in their own right. And I wish you all every future success. A little about my business journey. I began in the late 90s. I was passionate about the outdoors and gardening. I enrolled in some night courses and I further went on to study in between starting my family. In the late 90s, I was faced with personal difficulties within my life and my marriage, which required me to become a sole income provider with 2 small children. I was now in desperate need to secure some income and support my 2 small children, and a 9-to-5 job was not going to cut that. We lived in the late 90s where interest rates were at an all-time high. My mortgage was out of control, and working a day job, I needed more. I started with precisely $221.41 in my bank account and decided to start a business. I had some flyers made at a local printing agency, set the 2 children off, one in a pram, one on training wheels on his bike, and we letterbox dropped in our local community. I probably should have paid the power bill, and needless to say, the power got cut off. But what fun it was for 2 young tots with mum starting a new business to play indoor camping. So we got away with indoor camping, and it was the biggest gamble of my life, but it's paid off 20 years later. I was determined not to be on government benefits. I forged forward and my business started to boom. I was faced with many years of rejection across my industry, which was predominantly a male-dominated industry, and I was ridiculed, and wages were made to how long it would take before I failed. In late 2000, I secured my first government contract with Housing Tasmania, and I went on through those years successfully securing the entire 9 of them. And over 18 years, I have held and maintained that entire 9 contracts in southern Tasmania, together with many other non-for-profit organisations. Thank you. A few years into my contracts, my marriage broke down. I was faced with not only my business, a mortgage, 2 small children, but I somehow acquired, in the marriage breakdown, a plumbing business. Water, irrigation, I figured it could work. The biggest hurdle I had yet again was men wouldn't work for a female. So I had a plumbing business that needed male plumbers, but they refused to work for me. I enjoyed these roadblocks and these challenges and forged forward and ended up 4 years later selling it as an ongoing concern with 11 plumbers, and it was a local organisation in Hobart, well-renowned, Jackson and Cooper Plumbing. 2012 to 2016 was both, for my company and I, a roller coaster of underachievement causing unpredictable success and mixed emotion. Life-threatening health issues arose, and my business, known as AGL, nearly failed. In healthy times, I was too busy to stop and smell the roses. In short, I was a blue-collar worker. In 2013, I was diagnosed with a heart condition, supraventricular tachycardia. Immediately prior to my surgery, I was further diagnosed with breast cancer. My world crumbled. I was forced to step away from my business. I was hospitalised with my cancer. Ill and incapable, I lost frontline control of my company, trusting through necessity in my business to management. AGL plummeted from a positive balance, manageable under my control, albeit with no real direction, to a near failure in 15 months. 10 days post breast cancer treatment, I required immediate heart surgery interstate. I took leave effectively for 12 months, undergoing the surgery I required to save my life. I struggled physically, but I maintained relations, health permitting, with management. My company fell apart, morale plummeted, overhead skyrocketed, KPIs were not met, and finances suffered. AGL needed effective leadership and vision to take it from near failure to the company's very existence, as the very existence was at threat, along with the livelihood of my entire workforce. This was when I learnt what was required to strengthen my company. I needed to enhance my staff capacity to undertake and make clear, correct and decisive business visions. Away from the daily grind, I was free to contemplate the need of staff when considering the impact of my fortunes. My company was failing, and I was only as good as the sum total of each of those. This was when I realised that I needed to emerge from the jaws of life to save my company and discover that my staff, through additional training, additional care and my compassion, needed to forge forward under my leadership. We care about people, we care about our communities. Sometimes the people that we see on a daily basis or a weekly or a fortnightly basis are the only people that they see in that time frame. If we can make a difference to them, if we can encourage them to get back to the outdoors, if we can encourage them to grow a lettuce leaf, if we can encourage them to pick a flower and put in their garden, we've made a difference and we've impacted in somebody's life. And that's what my vision is about, giving back to the people that we deal with on a daily basis through sustainable horticulture and caring for our community and caring for the people that we deal with each and every day. I would also like to thank my two beautiful boys for your understanding, your unconditional support through our journey together, the three of us. I was mum and dad for so many years, and I cannot fault you, either of you. You both work in my business. I am proud to say you are a strong part of my company and my future growth. Also, to my mum and dad, you've been an incredible inspiration in my life. You've been mentors. My father, also 80 years of age, a strong, reputable horticulturalist in the Tasmanian industry. Thank you so much to my staff, my team. Without each and every one of you, I'm nothing. I'm one person standing here. I am only as good as the sum total of my entire team put together. Thank you so much.